everyone. Welcome to English with Caitlin, an English listening podcast. For today's episode, the title is Phobias. Today's topic is about phobias. Let's talk about what a phobia is, where it comes from, and some common phobias you might have heard of. A phobia is a strong fear, something you're scared of. A very strong fear of something. It's a fear that makes you feel really, really uncomfortable. You might feel stress or anxiety when you see the thing you're afraid of, or even when you just think about it. Phobias are much stronger than regular fears. For example, most people feel a little nervous around spiders. That's normal. That's just a regular fear. Many people don't like spiders and would rather not be near them. But if someone screams, runs away, and starts crying just because they saw a spider, that might be a phobia. That reaction shows a much deeper level of fear. Each phobia has its own special name. These names usually come from Greek or Latin. For example, if you are afraid of water, that's called aquaphobia. The word aqua comes from Latin and means water, so aquaphobia means a fear of water. But where do phobias come from? Most phobias begin when we are young. They can start in different ways. One way is through learned behavior. That means you learn the fear by watching someone else. If a young child sees their parent, mom, dad, scream and run away from a dog, the child might copy that behavior and become afraid of dogs too. Even if the dog never did anything scary, the child learns that dogs are something to be afraid of because of the parent's reaction. Phobias can also come from real life experiences. Scary things that happen to us can stay in our minds for a long time. These kinds of bad memories are called trauma, and trauma can grow into a phobia. For example, my younger sister developed a phobia of clowns after one scary night when we were kids. It was a weekend night, and my sister and I wanted to stay up late and watch movies on TV. Usually, movies that play late at night are for older teenagers or adults, not for kids. But our parents had already gone to bed, so we decided to watch a scary movie that was playing. The movie was called It, and it's about a scary monster clown that hurts children. We were way too young to watch something like that. I think we were about 8 and 10 years old. Too young. I can't remember our exact ages, but I do remember that we definitely should not have been watching that movie. That movie scared my sister so much that she couldn't sleep alone for weeks. She kept having nightmares, so bad, scary dreams about clowns. After that night, she developed a real phobia. Anytime she saw a clown, she would freeze, then run away. She couldn't even look at a clown without feeling afraid. Sometimes she would even start crying. That one bad experience stayed with her for a long time, and it turned into a strong fear, a phobia. There are many different phobias. In fact, there are over 500 different types of phobias. Don't worry, you don't need to remember all of them. Most people don't know all the names. I don't know all 500 phobias. Usually, people just talk about the common ones that many others experience. So today, I'll talk about three, three common phobias. Ready? Let's start common phobias. Let's start with a really common phobia, acrophobia. Acrophobia is the fear of heights. People with acrophobia are afraid of being up high or far away from the ground. For example, standing on a ladder would be terrifying, very scary. Being on the top floor of a tall building, terrifying. Even climbing a mountain or going on a roller coaster could be very scary. Even just looking down from a high place can make them feel dizzy or sick. This fear is more than just being careful. It can stop people from doing everyday things, like walking upstairs or using an escalator. I actually have a fear that's kind of similar to acrophobia. I have a fear of going upstairs. I didn't even know it had a name until I did some research for this podcast. It's called bathmophobia, the fear of stairs. Bathmo is Greek for steps. When I was a kid, I fell down the stairs at my grandma's house. That moment scared me so much, and ever since, I've felt nervous going upstairs, especially steep ones. Steep stairs? No, no, no. I always need a handrail. If there's no handrail, I feel like I'll fall. Even though it's a little better now, I still feel scared sometimes. Now, let's talk about another common phobia, arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is the fear of spiders. It's one of the most common phobias in the world. Some people develop this fear after a bad experience, like someone throwing a spider at them or being bitten by a spider. Others might be scared after watching a scary spider movie. That one moment stays in their mind and turns into a strong fear. As I said earlier, most people don't like spiders, and that's normal. But people with arachnophobia have a much stronger reaction. They might scream, cry, or run away just from seeing a spider. The good news is that phobias can be treated, or at least reduced, to be lowered. One helpful step is to think about where the fear came from. Why do I have this fear? For example, maybe you aren't really afraid of spiders themselves. Maybe you're afraid because you saw your parents scream when they saw a spider, and their reaction made you scared. Another way to help a phobia is through exposure. That means slowly putting yourself in situations where you face the fear. Putting yourself in situations where you experience a thing you are afraid of. This should always be done safely and step by step. For example, because I'm afraid of stairs, I try to take stairs every day, even when I feel nervous. That way I can slowly get used to it. Each time I do it, I feel a little bit more confident. Over time, exposure and practice can help make the fear smaller and more manageable, easier to take care of. The last phobia I want to talk about today is claustrophobia, the fear of small or tight spaces. This is a fear my mother has had for a long time. When she was younger, her brothers used to push her into closets as a joke. It was scary for her, and now she really hates small spaces. She doesn't like elevators or crowded rooms with a lot of people. She can't sit in the middle of a movie theater or a concert if there's a lot of people. She always chooses seats where there's a lot of space around her because it makes her feel safe. Today, we talked about phobias. Phobias are more than just small fears. They are strong reactions to something, often caused by a past experience or something we saw, heard, or felt. They can be learned from others or caused by a bad or scary moment in our lives. But phobias can also be treated by understanding where the fear came from and by slowly facing it. People can learn to manage their fears and even overcome them over time. That is all for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you for the next episode. Bye bye.